And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. I have Rossie here with me. I'm happy to actually have her back here again with me alongside. I've been writing this thing out solo throughout this Dexter thing. It's an honor and a privilege to always do these shows with her. She's my good friend and co-host. So let's go on ahead. Let's talk about some Dexter original sin and let's get it on, guys. I'm excited to do this. Let's do it. And hey, Rossie, how are you?
Fine. How are you guys doing? How are you, John?
I'm doing good. Me, myself, and I are doing really good.
Good. Good. Yourself and I.
But no, I'm doing really good. I'm happy that we're able to actually do our Dexter review for business and pleasure. But before we do that, we just want to mention the fact that we are sponsored by Fanatics. Go on ahead, get yourself some Fanatics gear. I bought myself a Boston Celtics hoodie. I love that hoodie. It's really great. So go on ahead, treat yourself, even though your wallet is probably telling you no, don't do it, but do it anyways. And get yourself something from Fanatics. Click the link below. Also, too, we're also sponsored by the WWE store as well. So go on ahead, go over through Fanatics, and you can go to WWE and do it that way and get yourself something from WWE as well. And also, too, our channel also turned 10 years old.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Yes, and it's hard to believe that this channel of ours has turned 10. And it's been through, we evolved, we've done different things, we've done a lot of awesome things with the channel over 10 years. We couldn't have done this without you guys watching or anything. Hey, JoJo, how are you doing? And you're one of those people, JoJo, that actually stay tuned to our channel and everything. We do appreciate that over here. And thank you, JoJo. Thank you. Congratulations.
I think it's something like that. I don't know.
You know what, JoJo? I could go for some cake right now. But it's okay.
Her daughter makes a hell of a cake, I must say. Shout out to Mia Lynn.
Okay, Mia, nice to meet you. I don't know you, but I heard you do good cakes, so send one over.
And can cook, telling you.
All right. So, with all the housekeeping out of the way, let's talk about this. So, I wanted to know, like, what did you think of the casting of the characters and the actors and stuff like that playing these characters? Because it's hard to do a Masuka, it's hard to do a Dexter, or even Angel or Lagretta. What do you think?
Right. Oh, I like the characters. I was surprised by some of the characters. It was nice to see Michelle Gellar. That was a nice surprise. I don't know if Anthony Michael Hall has always been the voiceover, in his mind, but I love that. I think it's Christina Milan, who was a really huge singer back in the 2000s. It was a nice casting. Dexter, great casting, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of surprises. Seeing Dr. McDreamy there was just
yes. Right? That was so good.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, Michael C. Hall always does like the narrations of his voice and stuff like that, and stuff like that, even in the very first Dexter series and stuff. And it's good to actually have him attached to this. And he's also going to be in Dexter Resurrection coming out in the summertime as well.
Wow.
So this is like a prequel series lined up with that to follow up with Dexter New Blood. But I have to say, I really love this series. I know I keep on telling everybody this. I hands down one of my favorite series to watch every Friday. But the thing that I have to say about this episode is they gave us a lot with this. We actually finally find out who the killer is.
Yes, wow.
And it's actually the sleazeball captain that ends up being the killer.
So surprising that it was him. I didn't think that. I thought Dexter had it wrong. Just how he's super focused on certain things. But usually, with Dexter, if he brings something up, he's more than likely right about it. And this one, he was right. I was kind of doubting, but wow, he was
right. He even tells Harry, "Hey, look." He was kind of acting kind of suspicious, kind of suspect to me whenever we did the whole entire deal with the box with the blood on the side of it.
Right.
And on a Monday morning or whatever, I'm just assuming it's on Monday morning, but he's over there. The captain's already over there looking at everything, and he's acting very suspect to it. And he tells his dad, he's like, look, the captain's acting very suspicious with it. Oh, he's just going through a lot because his son's been taken and stuff. I'm like, dude. How do you do that to your own son and then lock him up?
Right. And as many times as Dexter had brought it up to him again, like, Dad, I believe he's involved. He did this. And his dad, I mean, I get that the father has a relationship with the captain, but how many times your son's not an idiot? Like he's not just gonna put it on someone. And as he said, you always have so many nails or whatever comment he made about Dexter, pointing out people that are suspect. But this one, he was acting suspicious.
Right, exactly.
You know,
Because here's the thing: his father trained him to be a serial killer and to track down serial killers.
right,
You're not listening to your son, who happens to be a serial killer and who
right,
you trained to be a serial killer to think,
exactly.
and you're not believing your own son because you're so
And yeah,
in your own relationship with your own
right,
boss.
right. And to mention to him, like, I know you have a dark side, and but this one is wrong. He sees darkness in people. And I also want to mention that when Dexter saw the cut on the finger, he had it looked like it was a hesitation cut, like it was not, like someone didn't want to do it but end up doing it. So
Mhm.
yeah,
And also too, at that opening scene where he's drugging the water, the captain's drugging the
yes,
water to make
yes,
his son drink it, and
yes,
then he takes off the kid's jersey.
yes, and plants it, had it plant in someone in the drug house, the cartel's house.
Right, which is nuts. But here's the thing, though, and I like how Dexter's paying attention to the scenery outside the place
Yeah,
too.
right,
Like there's a
right,
gnome outside of the area. I'm like,
yes,
a Cortell person would not have a gnome. It looks
right.
like, and and then whenever the police raid happens, he's like, wait, this is all wrong. I'm watching my own darkness come to life through
Right.
somebody else.
Yes.
And there's this other thing that happens though too, and I was like, well, I'm in a Dexter group, okay? So I was like, how does that make sense? Because what's the motive? Why is he going after his own son? I said, okay, in the series,
Yeah.
he's been pissed off at his wife the whole entire time,
Exactly.
and
Yes.
so he wants to get even with his wife.
Right.
And then I was
And
like, well,
maybe
what
get
about
back with the wife, maybe have her back, but I know definitely as revenge to get back at her.
right?
So I was, yeah.
Exactly. So and then he even his own son recognizes his own voice. He goes, shh, 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 it's okay, it's okay. I'm like, you're
Right.
such a dumbass. Your own son's
Right.
gonna end up noticing your voice.
Yes.
And then when he takes off the mask, it's revealed that it's him. I'm like, you're such a ball bag.
I was shocked when it was him. I was just I It is you. It is you, and why would you do this at that time? What was the point of you kidnapping your son? His finger, like, you know what I mean? Like, just the brutality of it. Yeah. And then the acting that he did in the cartel house when he was, this distraught father and, going off and putting guns to people's head. It was just overly done. And I love how Dexter was just watching him the whole time, everything that he was doing.
Right? He was so over the top to make it look like he's
Absolutely.
not the killer or anything. He's throwing
Right.
shit around. He's saying,
Yes.
"Where's my son? We don't have your son, man. We don't know what's
Right.
going on." He winds
Right.
up blasting the guy, and also too, he because of how reckless this is, he also winds up getting one of his own partners shot as
Yes.
well.
Yes. I was when that scene happened and he's putting guns to people's head and he's overacting, especially when they find the cop who got shot in the neck finds the jersey, and then he sees that, where's my son, where's my son? You start this whole fight and your officer gets caught up in the midst of that and gets shot in the neck, and hopefully, next episode, hopefully he makes it through. Doubt it, but yeah.
Right, because now you're responsible for that person's death.
Yes.
So not only
Yes.
do you have the death of your son probably that you're going to kill, but now you
Right.
also have now you have somebody else that's going to die too because of
Right.
what you're doing.
Right.
An innocent bystander of your
Right.
own implications.
Right.
Um, but then you also have the other stuff too, the brother and sister relationship with Dex, where
Yeah.
Harry's like, "Why are you following the captain? You need to turn back around
Right.
and find out what's going on with your sister." Everybody was
Right.
thinking that the boyfriend was the killer, for that second
Yes.
killer that Dexter was talking about. I was one of them.
I did
But
too.
and then when Harry finds out and discovers, oh, it's not him. It's actually Dexter's brother from the first season
Right.
of Dexter
Right.
doing it. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that you knew that your Dexter's brother was a serial killer this whole entire time?
Right.
So my thing was
Mm,
this, because we already know Harry is not. Basically, if you watch the first season of Dexter, Harry dies of a heart, winds up dying
okay.
because he kills himself.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is, this is just me speculating. I'm thinking because of that, I don't think he gets to him on in time to be able to arrest him. So therefore,
Right.
he's still going out and killing him by the time Dexter's now a grown man, because he's
Right.
still experimenting at this point, though, too. So
Right.
you have that going on.
Right. Speaking on the sister's relationship with,
Right.
Dexter after she's gone missing, and she's given up on her friend. She's so involved with this guy that anyone would know is obviously involved in something that he shouldn't be involved in. But this is a teenage girl living this unrealistic lifestyle with this guy, and no sense to call dad, or she's upset at her dad because obviously he doesn't have time for them. But that whole fiasco, and then finding out that she's actually with a drug dealer, and that's how he's able to give her diamonds, and which she never questioned. But when they're on the yacht, I was kind of shocked that he was so. I thought he was going to hurt her because she was snooping around. Lifted up the seat and saw what she saw, and he comes down there. I'm thinking, oh gosh, he's going to off her, but the fact that he just put her off the yacht, and she gets that wake up call because she's treated everyone basically like shit,
Mm,
once she got involved with this guy. But her and Dexter showing up and finding her and telling her how he found her, and to find out the guy had a whole fiance,
right.
you know what I mean? Like,
So yeah,
which you would, I mean, yes, of course.
and I want to mention this. There's actually a part in the apartment with the boyfriend, which is Geo, is his
Yes,
name.
Geo,
And
yeah.
if you notice, whenever they get ready to leave, there's actually a little thing of a snake, like a cane.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
so my thing was this: I'm thinking Geo is a snake in a sleaze
yes,
ball to
yes,
do something so low. So
right,
I'm thinking that's like a little foreshadowing of the fact of his personality, and
right,
that's why they showed the cane in the first place, or whatever it
right,
was, as a snake, to
yeah,
show him that he's a sneaky, low down, dirty ball bag that he
absolutely.
is. And I'm just gonna be honest, but but yeah, my wife is like, Brandy and I were like, well, maybe Geo's the serial killer. I'm like, no, I think he's just a
Yes,
douchebag rich kid that likes to show off his money because his daddy's rich, and
right.
that's all he is. And I'm thinking maybe he's doing something illegal. Maybe he's actually
Yes.
is doing some heroin runs or
Yes.
whatever,
Oh,
stuff
absolutely.
like that. That's why. But he just throws her off the boat and everything, and just in his teenage mentality. And even though he's 25
Yes.
years old, he's acting like a teenager because he's with a
Right.
teenager.
I was
So
thinking of
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, yeah, you're 25 years old, but you're also basically bouncing off of how Deb is acting. So therefore, you're acting like a teenager as if she's acting. So all
Right.
you're going to do is just throw her ass off the boat and be
Right.
stranded. And good luck
Right.
to you because you don't have any money.
And the fact that, her and Dexter are able to talk when he finds her, and she's crying, and she's just, of course, as a teenager, you're broken up, you fall in love with this guy, you thought he was everything, he's giving you diamonds, in which she throws it off the boat. As she has it in her hand, I'm like, don't throw it off the boat, cash it in, and so she throws it off, then thinks about it. But both of them talking about their dad and how they both perceived what each other's relationship was with the father, and finding out that, Dexter is going through the same thing with his father. How she feels he's feeling the same way, but she thought that, he understood Dexter because they were close, and to find out, no, I get where you're coming from with that. That is his
Right.
flaw. Yeah,
Because we're even further apart than what I thought we were.
absolutely. Yes.
And so therefore, I can relate to you.
Yes,
And
exactly.
so
So
I thought that was a
yeah,
very special moment between them. I
right,
thought that was a really heart capturing moment.
right.
Uh, Justin says, one thing I was thinking about is how the season is going to end with Dexter having the captain on the table in pieces because they was talking about being the last straw for Harry, and that's when he takes himself out with his blood pressure
Mm,
meds.
mm,
That's actually a good point. I didn't think about it
mm,
that like that.
right.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
But, you know, then you also have this other thing that plays out though too with the flashbacks, the 1970s with Dexter's mom.
Right. Oh, yes.
And this is actually set up from what happened with season 1 when she's in the shipping container and stuff like that. And
Okay.
this is when Dexter decides, hey, I'm going to be a serial killer because I witnessed my mom
Right.
being killed.
Right.
So, but the thought of the fact that, Harry, um, is involved in this and having those flashbacks. And I love
Right.
how the 1970s flashbacks are. It's like very retro looking,
Yes.
especially with the
Yeah.
lighting. It looks
Yes.
like a 7 millimeter camera kind of thing, like a spaghetti
Right.
kind of
I
model
see
thing.
that. I see that.
But and then he's sitting at the park, and then here comes Dex. I'm like, this is not good. This is not good.
Right.
And Dex says, and come push me. And he goes, okay, just this one time. And I'm
Right.
like, someone's going to be watching him, and lo and behold, it is actually
Yep.
one of the cartel. What
Yes.
did you think of that?
Well, at that point, I didn't know why he was watching, but I knew that obviously knew there's an issue because he's involved. He's watching them, like intensely watching them,
Right.
but I wasn't sure of why.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know what I
Be-
mean? Because I
Yeah.
haven't.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Well,
Hmm.
basically, Harry is trying to investigate the cartels, and she's trying to scrub off some time off her sentence. So therefore, she's
Okay.
undercover and stuff.
Therefore, when they're in that, when she's captured, when we see her again, and she's with the boys and her and the other people in the truck, and he
Right.
walks up to her and he's telling her, basically, I gotcha.
Right.
I know what you've been doing, and to come to find out who you're related to, and obviously, chainsawing the guy's arm off to make a point to her, and the way he's looking at her, um, to make that point, like, you know, don't fuck around.
Exactly. It's kind of like
You
that
know,
Scarface moment of
yes,
when Tony
in
Montana
the
is in there
hotel room,
watching
yeah,
his friends die, and this is going to be the end
yeah.
of him, and not
I was
knowing
like,
if
this
he's
is a
going to make it
Miami
out
thing.
alive.
This is a Miami thing. We
Right.
saw that in Scarface. So this is a Miami thing with the chainsaws.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just thought that the flashbacks were really good. Let me think here. What else that we can talk
I
about
I
as
want
far
to
as
I
yeah,
want to talk about not only the flashback scenes, but the whole the way that everything was shot. I love how they would zoom in on one building, and then when it's going to another scene on some part of the town, it would zoom and you would be right there. The way everything was shot was really beautiful, and I love the 1990s retro
me too.
Miami. I really love that. I thought the costumes were great. It really took you back, and I thought that was a good deal to do that. So, doing my research, I was doing a lot of research, and it was yeah, 1991 Miami. Dexter would have been about 20 years old, but I thought they did a great job. And yeah, it was a really good episode.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a funny thing that you should say that. I definitely love how they give you that Miami kind of look and that
Yes.
atmospheric kind of way of
Yes.
doing it. And then
Right.
even the clothes itself is very
Yes.
90s, but also very Miami-ish,
Right.
though, too.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
look how Dexter's dressed up and everything, too. And then
Right.
look at how Angel Batista's dressed up.
Yes.
All these people
Yes.
are dressed up to the 90s.
Yes. Even the Dexter sister, I noticed when she was on the yacht, and her bathing suit was very, I don't know if people know LA gear, but
Yep.
very LA gear back in the day.
That was
I
to
mean,
us what
instantly.
N one was, or
Yeah.
South Pole clothing
Yes,
was.
exactly. But the point is, I thought that was great because as soon as I saw that, it took me back to, oh my gosh, LA gear. Like, so yeah, the costumes and everything was just perfectly, and the music that they used, it was just it was Miami in the 90s. It was great.
It feels like Miami. It looks like Miami. I also feel
Yes,
hot every single time I
I
watch
know,
an
right?
episode. I feel like my clothes are sticking to me every single time I watch the show.
Right.
And I realize I'm
I feel
in
that.
my AC, so I'm good. but
I feel that. I feel that absolutely.
I like the fact too. You also have Dexter wondering why the captain is all of a sudden just giving him a bunch of files too.
Yes, yes, and also the dad.
Hmm.
The dad with the hiding the files from his partner. And I just want to say that scene was kind of sloppy though, because when he was in the office, the dad with his partner, and he makes it a point to hide the files. He doesn't want her to see what he has in there. Then they go out for freaking tacos,
Yeah.
and he just leaves the freaking file in the back seat with her in the car. I'm like, come on, guys, that
I
was
don't.
that was poorly done. You didn't want her to see him in the office, but you just leave him in the back seat with her in the car.
Well, here's the thing with that though, for me,
Just
because I know
nitpicking.
Lagretta and the ways that she thinks.
Yeah.
But I also know the fact that okay, you got her to go for a coffee in the building just to shine her away for about 5 minutes to put any kind of connection to the fact that you were even investigating where you were undercover with Dexter's mom related to the
Okay.
boys. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna
Okay.
get her to go for coffee, and
Okay.
then you're going for tacos, and you have the
Right.
file there. I'm like,
Okay. So
come on,
basically, you
Harry.
said okay. Okay. I get where you're coming from. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's just the way I'm looking at it,
I get
though.
that.
But
I get that.
but Harry, that's sloppy though as a detective. You are a
Yes.
detective for crying out loud. Your
Right.
partner is also a detective. So you mean
Right.
to tell me, okay, you didn't want coffee before, then 3 minutes later, you know what? I think I will have a cup of Java right now. I'm kind of tired, you know?
Right.
Oh, there's a file here. I'm really
I know,
okay.
right?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
But that's exactly how Harry was. I'm like, I hope you didn't see that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but
So
yeah.
yeah, me nitpicking. But good.
But
Yeah, I like your reasoning though.
thank you.
Yes.
Because that's when I was thinking I was trying to put myself in the mindset of a detective on how I would react to something.
Right.
Especially if my partner just asked for coffee and I asked him about not even 3 minutes ago if he wanted coffee. He said, "No, I'm good. Can you go get me coffee?" I'm like, "Look, mother effer, why won't you go get the
Didn't I
coffee? You got legs."
you got legs? Oh my gosh, John.
But that's the way I was thinking. I'm like, dude, you're stupid because Lagretta is always the one that wants to take credit for other people's work
Okay.
too. Because
Okay.
that's all. Because even then, she's also hot on the press. Wants the attention. Wants the pat on
Okay.
the back, and you're gonna give this woman a reason to check you out. Come on, dude.
Right. Right.
But let's get back over to the files for Dexter though, because even Dexter's like because and even the person down in the filing place is like, ooh, the captain must really think highly of you. And he
Right.
goes, yeah, why would he be wanting me to look at all this shit from the 1980s
Right.
that are cold cases that haven't been opened to
Right.
keep my ass busy because I'm an
Exactly.
intern.
Right. Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
what else worked for you though?
Let's see. Gosh. Um,
Okay,
yeah, dude,
well,
it was
I just thought it was a
pretty,
solid, good episode to be
yeah,
honest.
it was pretty. I mean, I like how quick everything was solved. I like that the episode didn't go on and on. I like that they get to the point, things happen. It's not drawn out till to the next
Right.
episode. You know what I mean? I do like that about it. It was wrapped up pretty quick. I wasn't expecting it to end so soon.
To be honest with you, this is more of their fast-paced episodes than what we had before. It was
Okay,
like
yeah.
quickly done. It was like really fast-paced. We're in,
Yeah.
we're out in 46 minutes.
Yeah, I guess I was expecting from the original Dexter. There was
Right.
it was a long episode. A lot happened in it. This one was boom, bam, done. I mean, even when it went
Right.
off, I'm like, that was it.
Right.
I was
Because
expecting more. I mean, they gave you. I was happy with the episode, but I just thought it'd be longer. So, but they got a lot done in 46 minutes.
exactly. Because I
Yeah.
feel like even though it was a fast-paced episode, we got a lot there.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
I think we're just spoiled off the fact that we want a slow build episode to get us to a
Yes.
certain point. But
Yes.
this one is just getting us to certain key moments because it's going to
Yeah.
actually go somewhere in the next two episodes that we have.
Right. Yeah, I definitely
So
got that. I mean, it was a lot, but it was a good episode. I love the reveal. Shocked by the reveal, but I love the reveal. I love this Dexter at 20 years old because, last time I saw Dexter was Dexter, the
right,
series. And so I love that they went back and showed who he was at that age. I thought that was really good. Um, and then that, for the father, teaching him how to do that and knowing his dark side, but kind of not I was shocked when they had that interaction where he just didn't believe him. He just thought Dexter was just, picking on someone, and why would
Right.
you go after the captain? But really good episode. It's a good series. It really
It's
is.
yeah, it's a solid episode. Harry's
Yes.
just too attached to his to the captain because of his
Yes, he
friendship
is.
with him.
Right.
He thinks that his son sees darkness in everybody, and it's
Right.
not the case. He only sees darkness in certain people, and it just so happens
Yes.
to be he matches the MO of a serial killer who
Right.
happens to have his son.
Right. And he could know that Dexter's right. He's pissed that he may believe, I know you're right. But he's so angry when Dexter brings it up and brought it up again. Maybe it's the fact that he's my good friend and I don't want you to be right about it. Leave it alone. Go find
Like
your
full
sister and leave
denial.
it alone.
Right, it's the full denial of my friend could be a serial killer or a
Absolutely.
killer
And
himself.
right. And I can't believe he would do that to his son because like he said, I was just at his daughter's, get together or something important with his daughter. Like he's involved with the captain's family and he can't see. I mean, who could see someone like that to do that to his own son?
Exactly.
So but I do believe that he believes, that Dexter is onto something, so he wants him to leave it alone,
Exactly. That's
you
like
know.
that's actually a good point. I definitely agree with you on that.
Okay.
And I think that this is actually a good stopping place to just pin this for the next episode. We're
Right.
both excited for this next one that's going to be coming
Yes.
out.
Yes.
But yeah, this is going to be the end of our episode for Business and Pleasure. But if you guys want to go ahead and comment in the comment section, tell us what your favorite scenes were. What are you thinking is going to happen in the next 2 episodes? We would like to know. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Go on ahead, visit our friends at Unfiltered Studios podcasts and stuff like that as well. We have the Sleevy G Show. We have Hypno Wellness, Pedals of Support. We also have the Beep. If you don't know who the Beep is, he's got the Finding Your Way podcast. We also have the Kid with the Stupid History Minute. We have everything here at Movie Lovers Unite, including a sponsorship to Phonetics. So get something from Phonetics. Treat yourself during this tax season, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Also, too, 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Tamiko will be back with me on Monday doing a review for Rush Hour 1 for Black History Month. So
Awesome.
we're going to be doing that. And then after that, we're going to be following it up with Dexter. And then Beth will be back again on the 19th for the Outsiders review that we're doing.
And I just want to mention, guys, on the 12th, Rossie Talks Games will be back with the crew, Trust, and Multiverse of Geekdom. Jason and Dawn will join me on that show. On the 19th, Amanda and I, who was a guest on the show, she's going to come back, and we are going to talk about the awesome movie, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. That was a great film. Love that film. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. I believe it's streaming everywhere. And also Monday on Rossie's Clubhouse, please catch California R&B artist LaShawn. He's awesome. So catch us. And the episodes are recorded now, so it will drop soon. But LaShawn, I'm looking forward to you coming on the show.
Also, too, Rossie, you also have another episode dropping on Monday on your Clubhouse.
Yes,
Well,
that's right. That's right. Oh, you guys. So we did a show about how Richard Pryor influenced comedy and being a legend that he is. So I have Brandon Holloway, comic. I have stand-up comic Brandon Holloway, stand-up comic Mark Snipes, and my good friend Frank. He's going to be on the show. You guys catch that show. It was a really good show, very funny. So I hope you guys check that out when it drops Monday, February 10th.
all right. Well, that's it for over here at Movie Lovers Night. Thank you again for celebrating 10 years with us for
Yes,
this
thank you guys.
podcast, for this YouTube channel. Also, too, thank you for the 1 million views. We couldn't have done this without you
Yes,
guys.
gosh,
Thank you
guys,
so
thank you
much.
so much.
And always until next time, guys, have a great and safe night, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.